Check, 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 check. Let me get comfortable here. Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another day, another 24-hour session of life. I am very tired. I have a script for a video that I was going to do tonight, but I'm going to save it for tomorrow because it's another video that's pretty, emotionally charged, and I do not have the emotional charge to record such a video as of now. So, I went for a nice 5-mile run tonight. Let me pull up my stats from the run that you're now seeing here. It was a total of 5.07 miles, 42 minutes at a pace of 8:28. Like I said in a previous video, I feel pretty ready to go as far as the race. We had a great Halloween. I did not. There's no Halloween video. There is a Halloween video, but there's some content in it that I deemed personal and that I didn't really want to put online. So I unlisted the video. You may have been one of the lucky viewers to have seen it, although I think there were 0 views when I unlisted it. And I don't know, I just didn't feel like it wasn't much of a video. You weren't missing much. It was just some footage from the trick-or-treating and stuff that, I don't know. I was just enjoying the night with the family, one of those kind of things. Usually nights like that, I just want to kind of live in the moment, not try to make, not everything has to be content in the same way that maybe I would have deemed it 4 years ago or so. But it was a really nice Halloween. We had I put up a bed sheet. I found a $7 set of twin white sheets at Walmart, and so I hung a sheet from the porch and put the projector out front and played some Mickey Halloween stuff, and it was a big hit with Caden. He, I think, liked watching TV outside more than he actually liked trick-or-treating, and there were a lot of little kids who came by trick-or-treating, and they were immediately locked into the Mickey Mouse, and their parents were like, "We gotta go, come on bud, let's go." And of course that warmed my heart, just because I know that feeling. I know how hypnotic Mickey Mouse can be. Work has been running me through the drudges lately. I've been working overtime, not actual overtime, although it feels that way. Just a lot of big projects. It's just that time of year. I worked the weekend. I worked last Saturday, and I work tomorrow, Saturday. Just event shoots that have to be done, and there's been some projects that I've been trying to button up at night. So I'm editing dailies and then getting on work. So I feel a little bit like I've been burning the candle at both ends, but work ebbs and flows like everything else. And it was very warm yesterday and today. It was really nice, super windy. This run was quite enjoyable because of the temperature. Everybody's, I think, a little bit ready for it. Everyone's feeling kind of the holiday season, I think, now at this point. So, like, a lot of people are talking about how they are ready for it to get cold. And while I can relate to that, I mean, there's something nice about the changing of seasons, even though I'm not really a big cold winter guy. I am definitely taking the moments to appreciate the fact that these are kind of the last days we have like this of this temperature before it starts really getting cold. So I'm definitely, living in the moment for that. Very thankful that I had a nice warm night run, because my last 9 mile that I did on Sunday, it was quite cold in the morning, and it was just a little taste of what I have ahead of me through this next season. Running wise, it really makes things a lot less enjoyable. Summertime is just such a more enjoyable time to be outside and be active. Winter kind of discourages you. You just want to stay inside and be warm and comfy next to a fire, but you can't do that. I have been enjoying doing the night runs lately for the same reasons of just like it switches it up. It's a little bit different, and I actually have the right kind of combination of equipment this time in terms of being visible and being seen, which makes my work, like I kind of have a fear of getting hit by a car, just because when I was biking a lot a couple summers ago, I mean, this summer is not a good example. I didn't really take my bike out much at all, but most summers I'm biking a pretty decent amount, and the amount of close calls that I've had on my bike are pretty scary. And back in the day it didn't really matter, but now that I'm a dad, every time I get a little close call like that, you run through these horrible scenarios in your head, and it kind of gets to you after a while. So my concern for my safety at night running is grown pretty significantly. So having all the right gear, and I have a light up, you've probably seen them, they're like LED vests with, I don't know how to describe it. It's like kind of like wearing a glow stick wrapped around your body, sort of like a crisscross glow stick. I have one of those, and I have the headlight, and then all of my running water vest has all the reflective. I have a hat that's all reflective. The headlight, if I didn't mention that already. Anyways, I just feel more confident kind of being out in the road, not in the middle of the road, but like on the shoulder, as opposed to a lot of times I feel like I have to run kind of on the dirt shoulder, which there's so much trash, there's so much garbage on the sides of the roads that you end up tripping over garbage, you trip over tree stems, and at night, I mean, it's like, there's just no way, you gotta run on the road. And also in a lot of ways, it's more safe. I mean, it's the same thing with biking. Like, people get so mad at cyclists for riding so center lane, but sometimes you have to overtake a lane to be seen. Because if you're too far over, people get kind of this like false confidence that, I can squeeze by them, but that squeezing by is what makes it sketchy. And if you're going around a tight turn or something and they don't see you, like, you got to kind of be out in the road so that you're a little more visible, and they have to slow down, which annoys them, but it's like, I'm sorry, man, it's just, that's way more worth it to me than even a slight increase of risk of you taking me out, because you hit a biker, it's going to do virtually nothing to you, but it could potentially kill or give, brain damage, whatever. You know how, you understand how injuries work. I don't need to explain that to you. So, but yeah, good weather, nice weekend. Like I said, I have to work tomorrow, but it's going to be okay. It's going to be a pretty short day. We've been going for like the last 6 or 7 months, we've been taking Caden to the Home Depot building thing, which if you've never been and you have little kids or kids up to, I don't know, maybe 10, I don't know, any age, it's a totally free thing. They do the first Saturday of each month at Home Depot. They've been doing it for like 100 years, completely free. You go sit down, they give you a little kit, you build just like a little thing. It's so well designed in terms of like, the skill level is really universal. It's just hard enough and long enough to keep Caden's attention. Like right as we're finishing up, he's kind of like, any longer, any more involved, and he would lose interest completely. So they really got it nailed down. But the coolest part is you get these little pins, like little, pins that you can pin onto an apron. And they're pretty high quality. They're like metal laminated with a little image of what you built, and you can collect those pens. So Caden has a little Home Depot apron that's just his size that we've been taking, and he's got quite a little collection of pins going, and it's pretty cool. And we have all of his little things that he's built. So anyways, we have that tomorrow, and I wouldn't miss it for the world. So I told the event that I wasn't going to be there till after that. And then event shoots, are usually pretty quick. You can get if you're just capturing B-roll, you can always get what you need from the event depending on what it is and the highlights of it. You can usually get what you need within like an hour or two. So I probably will be out of there by noonish. And then we're planning on going and seeing a movie. We haven't really decided which one yet. We're looking between Smile 2, which I enjoyed this first Smile a lot. It was just a very fun movie, and so we want to see the second one. And then also Here, I think it's called, with Tom Hanks. It's a oh man, I wish I could remember the director's name right now. I'm gonna have to look it up. Hold on, let me look it up. Here, what's his name? The freaking Robert Zemeckis, who did Back to the Future and Forrest Gump, among other movies. So anyways, it's got Tom Hanks, who's obviously from Forrest Gump, and then the actress who plays Jenny, what's her, Robin Wright. So, but what's cool about it is that it's, from what I've gathered, I haven't watched too much on it, but from what I've gathered, it is all shot from one angle in one room, and it deals with like the passage of time and follows this couple, I believe, and as they grow old. So I don't know. Robert Zemeckis is such a hit and miss director. He's had so many flops. Ones that come to mind is the animated Christmas Carol, also Polar Express, which is a fun movie for nostalgic reasons, but I think in terms of like direction, it's not a, I wouldn't say it's a movie you would study about. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm excited to check it out. I love watching these like absolute titan directors get old and see how they finish off their career and revisit themes and ideas and projects from stuff of their past. I mean, obviously this movie has nothing to do with Back to the Future or Forrest Gump, but obviously playing with time is a concept, is a theme that both those movies did. So looking forward to that, looking forward to a nice weekend. Next week, hoping to take a day off in the middle of the week. I have a big event that I have to broadcast, big video broadcast event. It's like a webinar that I'm putting on. It's got a lot of moving pieces to it, and I'm kind of like the only one overseeing it, so it's a little nerve-wracking just because it's like if I just don't want to overlook anything. But I think I feel pretty prepared after I did a lot of testing and running through all the show notes and stuff, and I think it should be okay. So, yep, that's it. I hope you, put this in a Google tab and scrolled through Google Maps or something while you listen to this, which is what I do with like 80% of the video content that I watch. And I have a pretty big video, I think, tomorrow. I mean, there's a chance I just do a review on the movie that I watch if I feel really enlightened by it. I don't like to do reviews on movies the day after, just because even though my opinion does always change with movies, like I always need a little bit of time to really develop an opinion. There's something special that I really like about like that guttural reaction, because I like to sort of look back on it and see what my opinion was versus what develops over time. So if I have a pretty strong opinion or a strong reaction to the movie we see tomorrow, maybe I'll do just a movie review. But I do have a big script on continuing sort of this, developing the idea of AI and how I potentially think it might be a bubble, and exploring that. Hoping to set up an interview with my brother, actually, who is quite knowledgeable on the topic. And I'm just by nature going to come at it with somewhat of a bias in terms of supporting my own opinion, but I genuinely am trying to be re-illusioned, if you will, accept such a term, on AI again, just because I think, while I think it's always good to have a little skepticism of any new technology, I also don't want to just be a doomer about it, and I have a tendency to enjoy apocalyptic opinions for whatever reason. And while that's not an inherent bad thing, I think having too many and getting too far down the rabbit hole is not good for my mental health or my worldview. So I have to de-radicalize myself sometimes on these ideas, and that's sort of the plan with doing a little interview with him. Hopefully that all works out. Don't want to give a timeline, because I feel like every time I get to give a timeline or any significant promise on a video, it ends up not happening, which is is something that actually makes me sad, more sad than it should. I take that failure not lightly. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you with some other content tomorrow. As always, stay crispy, drop a like, share with your friends. If you would download this video, save it to a DVD, go to your local library. Actually, if you could just put on a little event at your local library, maybe print off some flyers. Usually about 30 to 60 days is a pretty good time frame to give people a heads up, and just premiere this video in front of as many people as you can. It's helpful for me if you put a QR code on a sandwich board that sits at the front of the room and at the exit of the room after this video premieres. That just is a QR code that is not a link to this video, but is actually the subscriber link, so that when you scan it, it immediately opens YouTube and subscribes your account to this channel. It's a small thing. If you can do all that, it's a small thing that sounds silly, but it really does help me out. If you can just just really advocate, much like you would like for a local politician, about me in these videos, and make your life's work, I guess, is all I'm asking. Would be really cool. So, all right, talk to you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye-bye.